Okay, get yourself ready for your morning practice and just come into a good cross-leg position. Just feel that you're sitting evenly with some balance at the seat bones. Just have a little wiggle about. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, elevate the heart area to the ceiling, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Look down at the floor, look at something that doesn't move. Just focus on filling the lungs from the bottom to the top and emptying them from the top to the bottom. Keep your eyes still in the sockets and observe how your mind becomes a little quieter. Just draw your attention into the feeling in the physical body. Observe how your feet connect to the floor. Can you feel the texture of the mat or the floor beneath you? On the outsides of the feet. Feel how the seat bones are placed on the lift. Observing whether there is genuine balance between the two seat bones or whether one is prominent. So just if you observe that there is imbalance. As you inhale, inhale into both lungs evenly. As you exhale, exhale out of both lungs evenly. Inhale from the bottom of the lungs to the top, allowing the chest to open and expand. As you exhale, observe how the chest naturally lowers and relaxes. Release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste, press the palms firmly together. Keep your eyes focused on something ahead of you. Maintaining your connection with the feet on the floor, with the feeling of the skin, with the balance of the seat bones, with the feeling of the chest as you inhale and exhale, accommodating the breath. And with an exhalation, allow your eyes to gently close. Listen to the sound of the breath as it enters and as it exits, feeling that the heart area elevates to the ceiling, that the seat bones are level, that you can feel the sensation of the feet in contact with the floor. Feel the skin from the face to the feet. So through the activation of the breath, we can activate the mind to draw itself into the physical body, to activate the body. Just feel the breath and feel the skin in contact with the air, drawing your focus and attention into the present moment. Draw your chin forwards and down to meet the chest. Just spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Just expressing thanks for something or someone or somewhere that brings positive energy into your existence. Hold on to that feeling of abundance and then release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Connect the tip of the index finger with the tip of the thumb, just extending the other fingers away from the palms of the hands. Just a gesture of wisdom, of physical intelligence and peacefulness that we can carry into our practice as an intention. Wisdom, physical intelligence and peacefulness. And then as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Just hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. So physical intelligence, it's the ability to see the body in 3 dimensions, even if the eyes can't see the physical body. The intelligence of the brain sits at the back of the brain. It's the observer, whereas the front brain is the brain of ambition, motivation, action. But the front brain or the mental body is difficult to control. So we learn to listen to the back brain, the intellectual body. So just try and engage the back brain. One way to do that is to engage your hind ear hearing. So try and focus your hearing to the sounds, if there are any, behind you. Just consciously focus your hearing to the sounds behind you. And observe that the back of the brain becomes engaged. And then maintaining the hind ear hearing, bring your focus into the hearing in front of you, the fore ear hearing. And then the side ear hearing is what we listen from in general, but maintain the hind ear and the fore ear hearing. And then engage the lower ear hearing, which encapsulates the body. So maintaining the hind ear, the fore ear and the lower ear. Feel that you can Become aware of the body in 3 dimensions. Take a deep inhalation in through the nose, and then turn to the right side, drawing your abdomen across and your ribs and your shoulders. Just maintaining the hind ear, the fore ear and the lower ear hearing. Feeling that you can see the body through the lower ear hearing. Increases the sensitivity of the 3 dimensions of the physical body. Use each subsequent exhalation to turn a little more deeply, observing the body's response to the turn. Just continuing to feel balance in the physical body's response to the turn. And then come back to the center, hold onto your knees. Take a deep inhalation into the heart area and then turn to the left. Again, just consciously engaging with the hind ear and the fore ear and the lower ear hearing. Just bring in your alertness into the present moment. Bringing your consciousness into the present moment. And then come back to the center. Just hold on to your knees and lift up into the chest. And again, just engaging the fore ear and the hind ear and the lower ear hearing. Just acknowledge that you look principally through the center eye vision. So without moving your eyes in the sockets, so try to keep your eyes still in the sockets. See if you can engage the upper eye vision. So engage more with what you can see above without moving your eyeballs in the socket. So look at something that doesn't move. But incorporate the upper eye vision. Maintain the upper eye vision and then incorporate the lower eye vision. So we become more alert to our environment. Again, drawing us into the present moment. And then draw your ocular awareness without moving the eyeballs, if you can avoid it, into the side vision. Drawing your ocular awareness all the way to the ears, to the temples at the sides of the ears. So with the broader eye vision, the broader ear hearing, take a deep inhalation and then turn to the right again. So see the body in 3 dimensions through the lower ear hearing. Keep your eyes alert with the broader eye vision. Just observe through your lower ear hearing how the physical body feels within the turn. So we're engaging in now, drawing our attention solely into this moment now if we can. Of course, other thoughts are bound to intrude, but allow them to drift into the ether as easily as they popped in. Just drawing your attention back to the immediate physicality of the pose, the physical intelligence, which feeds into our overall sense of wisdom, our understanding of our place on the planet in this particular moment. And then come back to the center. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, elevating the heart area upwards. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the left. Again, maintaining that broader eye vision. So we dull our senses because we don't necessarily live in an environment that relies on our alertness as much as perhaps our prehistoric relations might have done. So if you look at a deer in the forest, it's alive to its environment. It can hear with precision, it's on alert, its senses are on alert. Of course, we can over alert the body, but we find a balance through our practice. We bring the body and the mind and the breath into the present moment, because we can do something with the present moment. We can choose to do positive things. Come back to the center. Just come off your lift and sit back on your heels. Have the big toes together, the knees apart, lift up into the chest. Just feel the shins in contact with the floor. Let the body be initially heavy. Let the shins really drive themselves down into the floor. Maintaining that lower ear hearing, especially, so that you can see the physical body in 3 dimensions. Consciously push your shins into the mat. Push the shin bone into the shin skin so that the thighs become alert. And then we can extend more deeply into the chest, into the spine when the legs are activated. Come forwards, hinging at the hips, keeping the seat bones down on the heels as much as you can. Coming forwards, just feeling how the pose feels for you this morning. If you can bring your forehead down onto the floor, then do. But if you lose contact with the seat bones, then put your head on a block. Observe how your breathing has changed. Observe how the body's shape has changed. So feel that shape in 3 dimensions through the feeling of the pose. Know where you are in 3 dimensions through the feeling of the pose. Observe where there is resistance. Observe where there is freedom. Balancing your attention between those 2 different feelings. And maybe the perception of the resistance changes. Come up onto your knees. If you're not doing dog down, you can go into tadasana or setubandha. Have the hands as wide apart as the mat. Turn your toes under and then come up into dog down. pushing the palms into the floor. Activating the legs. Feeling your physical body's response to the pose. Seeing the body in 3 dimensions, even though maybe you can only see your legs. Maybe you can only see your feet. But feel where the body is through the activation of the skin. So it's easy perhaps to observe areas of the body that resist the pose. But what about the areas that don't? Take deep inhalations and exhalations, straightening the legs, activating the thighs, pushing the fronts of the legs through to the backs of the legs, turning the fronts of the thighs inwards. Just be in your pose, in the moment, just listening to the breath. Listening to the breath, listening to the physical body, using the lower ear hearing, keeping your eyes alert. Waking up the body and the mind. And then just step your feet forwards and come up into a standing position. And then get some blocks for your hands. Have your feet as wide apart as your mat. So these are just the limbering poses, and we've spent quite a lot of time on those this morning, but we're doing familiar poses so that we can just move beyond the pose without obviously ignoring it. We draw our consciousness into it. So just in this first stage, with the feet as wide apart as the mat, feel that your heels are in line with your little toes. That the big toes are turning inwards, and that the big toes are closer together than your inner heels. Activate your kneecaps. Lift up into the chest. Wing your elbows behind you. Feel how that action at the back broadens the front. Take a deep inhalation and then hinge at the hips, keeping the head lifted, working slowly, avoiding being in a hurry. Reach down, find the shins, no, not the shins, sorry, find the blocks. Extend the legs towards the wall behind you, extend the chin and the spine and the chest, and the chin away from the legs. Feel your activations. Feel where the legs are activating, where they feel dull. Can you consciously push the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs, the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees, the shins towards the calves, so that your weight goes into your heels? Feel that the fronts of the legs are turning inwards, so that the backs of the legs are broadening outwards, so that the seat bones are lifting. See the body in 3 dimensions, like a 3D printer. If you can go down lower, if it feels okay for your back, then go to the lower blocks. Maintain the hind ear hearing, the fore ear hearing, and especially the lower ear hearing. Drawing your attention into the physical body. If you can go down to the floor, then do, but stay where you need to. Be physically intelligent. Understand where enough is enough and where too far is too far. If you can reach around the backs of your heels, then do. But again, move into the poses, into the various stages, if you're moving into the various stages with consciousness, with observation. So in our practice, however slow we might work, there should be a world of activity within the physical body at this precise moment to engage the physical body and the mental body and the intellectual body. Just observe the feeling of the pose. Every pose is happening now. And so every pose will feel different if you really observe it. Just release your hands down to the floor and then bring your hands into your hips, bend your knees and then come up into tadasana. Just be in tadasana. Just reset the physical body, reset your observation, the hearing and the vision. Keep it alert. Feel the body in 3 dimensions using the lower ear hearing. So we listen to the body, not just through sound waves that hit the eardrums that the brain converts into sound or an understanding of what sound means. We hear the body through the feeling of the body. So this is different to the over-analytical front brain that occasionally can be a little torturous. It uses the past and the future to give us anxiety and depression. But if we observe the present moment using the back brain, we tread the earth with intelligence. And we draw our attention into the present moment. So yeah, we're working really slowly. We're trying to observe, and observation requires time. Because only through observation and effective observation can we truly activate. So feel the body in 3 dimensions. Bring your arms out nice and wide in towards your chest and then step or jump your feet apart. Again, just feel the body in 3 dimensions. Feel how the pose feels at this stage. So we often use this as a transitional moment. Just feel how the feet connect to the ground. Feel how the legs respond to the feet. How the hips respond to the legs, how the spine responds to the hips, how the shoulders respond to the spine, how the arms respond to the shoulders, how the neck responds to the spine and to the head. Draw your attention down into your feet, using your lower ear hearing, observing where your balance is in your feet. Is it in the heels or is it in the toes? Bring it to the heels if it's not. Turn your left toes in slightly, pick up the heel of the right foot and swing the heel in line with the big toe. So feel that the feet are in the right position. That the heel of the right foot lines up with the toes or the instep of the back foot. Press the feet into the floor and suck the energy from the feet into the shins, into the thighs, into the hips, into the spine, into the arms, into the head. And then come down, find the shin. Look up if you can, or forwards or down, whichever feels right for you. Draw your attention into the physical body. See it in 3 dimensions. So we often neglect the transitional moments of a pose. Just like we neglect the transitional moments in life. I've realised over the years that one of my favourite parts of a holiday is that almost endless run up to the holiday. And actually I've learned to really enjoy that feeling that the holiday is coming and that the anticipation is really good. That you feel like you get into the holiday spirit before you arrive. So that moment of transition is part of the experience. It's the drawing of the attention into the present moment. Reach up, come back to the center. Don't be in a rush to adjust the feet. If you want, you can just relax your hands for a moment and then bring the feet back parallel. Just feel the body in 3 dimensions. Turn the right toes in slightly, pick up the heel of the left foot and swing the heel in line with the big toe of that front foot of that left foot. And then just feel how the feet can change the legs, how the turning of the feet can help turn the inner thighs outwards. Bring the chest to face the front, stretch out. Just enjoy this moment of transition. Spend time in this pose that we normally just completely disregard, because it feels like the important part is the trikonasana part, but it's all important, just like life. Reach over, find the shins. Look up. Just feel the pose in 3 dimensions. So working slowly gives us the opportunity to develop our physical intelligence, the awareness of where the body is in 3 dimensions. And many of us have challenges to that physical consciousness, that physical awareness. But that doesn't mean that we can't begin to develop the skills. We just have to give ourselves time and patience. Because part of yoga is being patient. We don't do yoga one day and then expect the body to be at the prime of its health the next. It's a lifelong practice. And as we develop our practice becomes deeper and deeper, but we never stop learning. And back to the center, bring the feet parallel, and then step or jump the feet back together. Come back into tadasana. So trikonasana is probably the pose that we have done the most in all of the time that we've ever practiced yoga. You almost do it every single time. So do we become complacent in our observations? Do we just know where everything is? And when we feel like we know where everything is, we perhaps realise that we know where nothing is. Because when we feel like we know where everything is, then the joy of the present moment diminishes, because we no longer pay attention. Paying attention, even in trikonasana, tadasana now, is a new moment, is a unique moment in time where we're doing something positive for ourselves. And by doing something positive for ourselves, we can use our positive energy to do things for others. Gently relax. We're going to go into dog down. If you're not doing dog down, then so we're going to stay up there for a little while as well, obviously. If you're not doing dog down, then do setubandha. Otherwise, or you can do dandasana, of course, but setubandha will probably be better. Turn your toes under if you're doing dog down, step back, have your feet shoulder width apart, have your feet hip width apart, and then come up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, or go into setubandha or dandasana. Just feel the pose in 3 dimensions. Cherish this moment and drink it in. Observe the things of the present moment. So the birds are singing in the trees, perhaps you can hear that through the microphone. The breath is in your lungs. Bringing in positive energy to the body and to the mind. Just let your head hang down. But be inside your pose. If you need to rest, then rest. Just observe how the breath helps you to sustain the pose. Dog down is a really good pose for observation of the breath. Just be in the pose, feeling the physical sensations of the pose. As you stay in the pose, observe how the challenge changes. Observe the resistance, but observe the areas of non-resistance. Just be in the present moment, feeling the sensations of the physical body. There's plenty there to occupy the mind. Using the back brain to observe. Using the fore ear and the hind ear hearing, and especially the lower ear hearing. Okay, come down onto your knees and sit back on your heels. Just observe how the pose changed as we stayed. Maybe the feeling of resistance became a little greater. But now the relief from that resistance feels like positive energy that pulses through the veins. Just listen to the breath. Observe that sensation of physical lightness and warmth within the physical body. And forwards, hinging at the hips into Adho Mukha Virasana. Keep your attention in the physical body. Observe where there is resistance. Observe where there is freedom. Observe where the muscles feel as though they are alive with activity. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And then just sit yourself back on your heels. Just come into cross legs. Observe the way that you always sit. So if you're sitting in half padmasana, then maybe the top leg is always the same top leg that you always bring onto the top of the pose. If you're in cross legs, if you're in swastikasana, then maybe the leg that's in front is the leg that's always in front. So I want you to just do the thing that you naturally do without thinking and then change it. So if you're in swastikasana, move the other leg in front and sit with the legs crossed the other way around. If you're in half padmasana, then swap it around so that the other leg is on top. And that immediate familiarity of sitting in cross legs changes. And perhaps we have to just readdress the seat bones. We have to bring evenness. So just a subtle thing like changing the way that we sit. Ian, try sitting on a bit higher if your knees are high, so you can sit on a lift if need be. So lift up into the chest, elevating the heart area upwards, drawing the shoulders down. Feel the body that you have alerted. Feel the body that you have been observing through your practice so far. Drawing your consciousness into the body. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Fill in the lungs evenly. With an exhalation, turn to the right side. Again, the legs are crossed differently, so maybe you unconsciously bring all of your weight to the seat bone that you're turning towards. So adjust the position of the torso so that the seat bones feel consciously evenly balanced. And then come back to the center. Observe how the body feels after coming out of the turn. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the left. So you might think that because we're working slowly, we're not really doing any exercise for the body, but perhaps your heart rate is a little higher than it would normally be, maybe not in the aerobic zone, but higher than resting. Maybe you observe, if you've got a activity monitor, you can see that you've maybe burned more calories than you really expected to, because it uses energy to find the stillness within the pose. It requires a fair amount of energy, in fairness. So feel that the body is warm and conscious. Using the lower ear hearing to see the body in 3 dimensions. And then come back to the center. Just uncross your legs, and we're going to go into we're going to go into setubandha. If you're not doing setubandha, then you can go into setubandha. So setubandha is where we use the brick in the back, pull the feet towards the seat bones, and then lift the seat bones, and then put the brick underneath the back. If you're not doing inversions, do setubandha. Have the soles of the feet together, the knees apart, and lay down on the floor. Otherwise, lift the chest, come right up onto the shoulders, onto the tops of the shoulders, and then place the brick in the small of the back, not the small of the back, the sacrum area of your back, right at the bottom of the spine, close to the tailbone. Hold onto the edges of the mat, and then you can either stay with bent knees, or you can stretch one leg along the mat, straighten it out. See how that feels for your back. Bring the leg back, stretch the other leg out. Just feel how that feels for your back. So this is really good for digestion and for the flexibility of the hips. If it feels okay in both legs, if it feels okay in your back, to straighten your legs, then slide them along the mat, keeping the heels in contact with the floor. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards, keep coming onto the tops of the shoulders, gathering the shoulder blades together. Consciously tadasana the legs, turning the fronts of the thighs inwards. Feel the body in 3 dimensions. Observe the feeling of the physical body. So if it becomes strong for your back, then just bend your knees, bring the feet flat onto the floor, but stay on the left. Just maintain your consciousness of feeling in whichever pose you are doing. Just feel the skin from the face to the feet. Just observing your body's response to the pose. Feeling the body in 3 dimensions, even if your eyes can't see the body fully. Inverting the body is hugely beneficial for the immune system, for the quietness of the brain, for the energizing of the physical limbs. And then when you're ready, just push the seat bones away from the block, lift the seat bones up. You might have to come up onto the tiptoes to do it. Just move the block out of the way and then gently guide your back down onto the floor. Just stay with your feet apart, your knees together for a moment or two once you're down on the floor. And then when you're ready, gently draw your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, just observing your body's response to the little gentle massage that you give to the back by just rocking it on the floor. Maybe even get hold of the outer edge of the feet and come into happy baby. It's really stretching out the inner groins and the hips and working any tension in the back into the floor. Okay, and then roll onto your right side and sit yourself up. Get yourself a blanket for your head, just a folded blanket as a little pillow for your head. Just make sure that it's evenly folded. And then just guide yourself down into a really perfect straight line. So be observant as you come down into sirvasana. Have your arms out to the sides of the body a little so that there's space in the armpit chest. Just close your eyes and allow the body to at last release completely into the floor. Unhooking the muscles of the arms and the legs. Allowing the body to release into the floor. You release into the floor, observe that feeling of genuine energetic lightness radiating from the bones and into the muscles, into the organs. Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down into the toes, into the fingers, and up into the top of the head. Filling the brain with positive energy. Basking in that feeling of energetic lightness. Like you're sitting on a beach in the sun. And then wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, just bring yourself back into this pose of shavasana. Bring your knees in toward your chest, just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine. And then gently roll over onto your right side, just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just a final spinal lift with the hands in the masti. Just observing the physical body in 3 dimensions. Close your eyes if you haven't done. Draw your breath in through your nose and down to the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice this morning, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the twists and the inversions bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to seek to acknowledge the positive energy you have created inside, and then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. Just connecting the tip of the index finger with the tip of the thumb, just a gesture of wisdom, physical intelligence, and of peacefulness that we can carry into our day, again as an intention. And as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. Hopefully you feel like you've really woken yourself up. You've given yourself some really good energy into the limbs, and your mind is alert and ready to take on the day. So thank you very much for joining me.